Hi guys. The story for today, for this week, we are going to be reading about sounds you can hear and sounds can you hear and how are they made. Listen up. How are these children making sounds? Well, if you look, this girl's blowing out a horn and this boy is going to bang on a cymbal. Now, we also have a fun sound unit that I'm going to be linking with Mystery Science that goes with this. Let's go ahead and look at our sight words for the week. The first word is color. This bird is a bright color. Early. Ooh, there's that ly ending that says lee. Early morning can be very quiet. Instead. Now, I like this word because it's got the chunk in, the st clump. The ea is going to say eh, and then, of course, the D at the end. I try to whisper instead of shouting. Nothing. I can remember to spell this one by doing no thing. There is nothing in that can. The next word is a weird word. It's O. You see it in writing a lot, and you hear it when people talk. It's O. Our marching band has a great sound. The next word is thought. He thought the jet was much too loud. Here's the word scrambled. Goats scrambled up the rocks. Now I see the SCR word part, the AM for am, and the ED for ed. So you can kind of put that together and make that word. Suddenly, the sky suddenly lit up brightly. Now, suddenly is an interesting word because it has a double consonant in the middle. When we chop words into syllables, if you touch the bottom of your chin and feel it for it to go down, suddenly. It has 3 syllables, but the first break is in between the double consonants. So sometimes if a word has a double consonant, if you cover the rest of the word from that part over, you get part of it, sud. Then I see the word den, and then the ly word part of lee. Now, this week is already a word part we've talked about at length, OU and OW. Remember when Miss Kronk would have somebody step on her foot and say, "Oh, you, ow." OU and OW both say the ow sound. You see it in words like loud, brown, frowned, mouse. Now, shouted, cloud, around, ground, growling, ooh, there's that ing word part, pound, and towel. We found a brown puppy in town. It does not growl or make loud sounds. Now in the story today, we're going to have some words that have lots of ow and ow word parts, OW or OU. Here we have the word now, bouncing, crown, sound, shouted, down, out, wow, sounds, and house. What sounds can you hear when you're outside? This is something for you to really think about in the next couple of days while you're outside. We're going to read about what sounds these children hear when they're outside. Now, what's that sound? Now, what I encourage you to do is listen to me to read it the first time and try to read along with me. Then, I want you to have me read a page, then you read a page. You can pause the video to do that. And then last, I want you to turn off my sound and see if you can read the story without me reading. Tap, tap, rat-a-tat-tat. What's that sound? Asked Gilbert. It started early this morning. I thought it might stop, but it hasn't. Let's check out the garage, said Marta. I think Dad is making that sound. Now, these words sound like a sound. Tap, 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 rat-a-tat-tat. Tap, 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 rat-a-tat-tat. These words are called automatopoeias. Kind of funny to say onomatopoeia. If if you want to. It's kind of a fun word to say. Zing, zing, zing. Ooh, there's another onomatopoeia. Dad was in the garage cutting out a board with his saw. Zing, zing, zing. This is not the sound, said Gilbert. This sound is smoother. Let's find Gramps, said Marta. He might be making the sound. They quickly ran to the back of the house to find Gramps. Gramps was sweeping the deck with a broom. Swish, swish, swish. Oop, there's another onomatopoeia. No, that is not the sound, said Gilbert. This sound is much softer. Let's find Anna instead, said Marta. Maybe she's making the sound. They found Anna in the driveway. Anna was bouncing a ball. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, swing, swish. No, this is not the sound, said Gilbert. This sound is slower. This is hopeless, sighed Marta. Tap, tap, rat-a-tat-tat. There it is again, said Gilbert. He looked up at the tallest tree. Suddenly he shouted, "Oh, wow, it's a bird." "Look at the color on its head," cried Marta. "It's red like a red crown." The bird scrambled up and down the tree. Tap, 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 rat-a-tat-tat. "It's a woodpecker pecking for bugs," said Gilbert. "Yes," said Marta, "and nothing else sounds like it." Tap, 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 rat-a-tat-tat. How are the sounds around you made? Well, sounds are actually made by the vibrations that are created in the air. But usually you have to bang on something or move something together. How do you think our voices are made? Did you know there's something vibrating inside your throat that makes a sound so you can have a voice? And when you move your lips and your tongue, that's what makes different sounds come out like we study. The different sounds are made by putting your mouth in different positions. Think about where you put your mouth when you make the ow sound. Now we're still working on problems and solutions this week. What was the problem that Marta encountered? I think Marta was confused about what a sound was and she wanted to figure it out. The solution is her mission to find it when she finally found the answer. So Gilbert and Marta hear a new sound is their problem. They had many steps to making their solution. First they checked Dad, then they checked Gramps, then they checked Anna. Finally, after searching, Gilbert and Marta discovered that the sound was a woodpecker tapping on a tree. Now, we want to work very hard on making our sentences sound like we're talking. Sometimes first graders read like, "This story is about a sound." We want to read things 2 or 3 times so that we can read them good and smooth. So you would read it like, "This story is about a sound. That funny bird is very loud." You don't want to break up things when you read. They're harder to understand. The smoother you can read things, the better they sound in your head and the more likely you are to understand the story. All right, I'm going to have some workbook pages and some skills for this week with this. And I'm also going to be connecting a mystery science lesson. And I actually found a great website, guys, where the astronauts that are up in the space station read their favorite books to kids. So that's going to be linked out this week too. So I look forward to having you watch my videos and we'll see you soon. Thanks.